The movie begins in 1967. Dr. Petr Litvenko establishes the agent program. The project's sole goal is to develop the most effective killing machines. Litvenko, however, soon feels bad about what he has done and goes into hiding. The government terminates the program and all remaining agents vanish. However, some new companies have tried to restart the program. Still, they quickly realize that only Litvenko knows how to make the best soldiers, so now they are all looking for him. The task is led by a man named Drive Delriego, who works for a group known as the Syndicate. While looking for Litvenko, Delriego discovers that he has a daughter. The scientist uses an algorithm to create a face for Litvenko's daughter Katia and also discovers a possible location for her. But the base is attacked and they must evacuate. As they are evacuating, their cars are tagged by a device. One man keeps an eye on their movements and even manages to destroy 2 of the 3 vehicles. The scientist soon reaches his shelter. He enters the control room to get an update, but soon his men get killed. The surveillance screens go blank and his 2 guards get also killed. All of this is done by an agent named 47 who informs Delriego that his company must not restart the agent program. 47 wants to know where Litvenko's daughter is. Delriego tells him that Katia is in Berlin and gives him her file containing all the information about the girl. 47 starts walking away, but Delriego goes to get his weapons. Then an explosive device in his cabinet detonates. The soldiers rush into the security room and 47 takes them out. Leclerc, the syndicate chairman, learns of Delriego's death. He also knows that an agent is guilty, so he dispatches his agents to find Katia before 47 does. Katia remembers Litvenko's face but is unaware that he is her father. She has a hazy recollection of him. The lady in the archives tells her that finding a man without a name is impossible. However, Katia still believes she can find him, so she buys a fake passport to go to another country. She is a very intelligent woman who can sense and hear things that most people cannot. 47 arrives in Germany. He begins a search in the Berlin police database using the information provided by Delriego. He waits for the results while Katia goes to her apartment where she has all these clues on the walls. She has recurring flashbacks from her past and relies on medication to sleep at night. 47 finally discovers Katia's identity and location. That's when he gets a call from his handler Diana, who informs him that a syndicate agent is also aware of Katia's whereabouts. She gives him 48 hours to eliminate his 2 targets. Katia's senses warn her of the impending danger as 47 enters her building. She gets her money and leaves. By the time 47 enters her room, he notices the map on the table and realizes she's going to the subway. When she meets John Smith, the syndicate agent, he tells her that she needs him if she wants to live. He also tells her that he can assist her in finding the man she is looking for. He shows her an escape route, but Agent 47 immediately begins shooting at them. Katia flees and John tries to stop him, but just as 47 is about to shoot Katia, John tackles him and they fall onto train tracks. A hand-to-hand fight begins with 47 clearly superior, but when a moving train approaches he must lie down on the tracks to survive. This gives John time to take Katia to his driver, but as soon as they get in the car 47 pulls the driver out. Katia and John are back on the run. He explains how he works for the syndicate and how only he can protect her from 47. When John sees the US Embassy, he shoots a gun in front of it and both of them are arrested. Sanders, the embassy's security chief, inquires about John's involvement in the shooting. Katia informs him that they are fleeing from a hitman. That's when she feels that 47 is approaching. He enters the embassy armed with a sniper and pistols and is arrested. Sanders enters the room to question 47 and brings his guns with him. 47 clearly states that he is here to eliminate Katia. He also tells Sanders that if he wants to see his children again, he must release 47. Sanders gets enraged and loads the sniper, but 47 uses the bullet to break his handcuff. Then he dispatches the guards and knocks Sanders out. Meanwhile, John enters the room, seizes Katia and flees. The 2 walk away as 47 chases them in a sergeant's uniform. When a soldier stops him, 47 takes out the soldier and puts on his uniform. While driving, John tells her about Litvenko, a geneticist who created emotionless assassins who feel no fear or remorse. During their conversation, 47 climbs to a high roof and fires a blind shot, grazing Katia's arm. Later that night, John wraps Katia's arm in bandages and informs her that he has read her file. He explains how her father experimented on her and endowed her with superhuman abilities. He tells her that Litvenko was last seen in South Korea and suffered from stage 3 cancer. Katia uses her map and this information to figure out where her father might be, but then Agent 47 comes in and shoots John, knocks Katia out and takes her with him. When she wakes up, 47 informs her that she is still alive because he needs to locate her father. He explains how Syndicate is attempting to murder her. She doesn't believe him, but when she touches his hand, she recalls the day her father fled. She came across 47 on the side of the road when they were little. Katia also recalls her father abandoning her and telling her to survive. 47 then abandons Katia tied to a chair and instructs her to use her instincts to escape. He also activates a jet engine right behind her. She is terrified at first, but she uses her instincts to escape and finds 47 outside the room. He advises her to practice her survival skills. He also informs her that her full name is a homophone for 90 in French, so she's the new 47 and she's stronger than him. When syndicate units enter the building, 47 instructs Katia to use her enhanced senses to anticipate the enemy's movements. She informs him of the enemy's location and he dispatches them. She can accurately predict the enemy's movements. John appears and knocks Katia out while they are taking down the soldiers. He wants her to tell him where Litvenko is. However, 47 arrives and John begins to fight. 47 attempts to stab John, but his knife breaks. John eventually subdues 47 before shooting him. He wants 47 to admit he's been beaten, but Katia shoots the windows. John says she missed, but 47 says she didn't, and the window to the engine testing room shatters. The soldiers are drawn into the exploding engine. John is knocked out and 47 takes Katia with him and flees. Katia inquires as to how John is still alive. 47 explains that the syndicate implanted liquid titanium in John's skeleton, rendering him indestructible. 47 asks Katia to tell him where Litvenko is. She says he's in Singapore. Diana overhears their conversation and instructs another agent to go to Singapore. At the same time, John returns to Katia's hotel room and examines her map. He finds a marker on Singapore and informs his superiors that 47 will be arriving with Katia, so they increase surveillance at all entry points into the country. When 47 and Katia arrive at the airport, the agent tells her that the syndicate controls all security cameras. He steals a pilot's uniform and flees, telling Katia to leave before the cameras notice. She uses alarms to divert security's attention. She also moves around in front of cameras using luggage and trucks. When she exits, 47 is already waiting for her with a car. He drives her to a hotel and hangs his coat in the closet. Katia catches sight of the barcode on the back of his head and he tells her that it hurt when they made it. She informs him that Litvenko is suffering from cancer. He breathes through an inhaler. She asks if he feels any human emotion, but he replies that his job requires him to be emotionless, and he falls asleep sitting upright. Katia goes swimming and when she returns notices 47's guns. When some people enter their room, she disassembles them to keep her mind occupied. When 47 awakens, he notices that his guns are missing. He kills the gunman with his hands and knives. They both decide to leave and 47 informs her that they now have a bounty on their heads. Katia recalls in the elevator that she failed to hide from one camera in the airport, which is why their location was discovered. 47 steals a child's inhaler as they exit the elevator. He takes her to the gardens where she crosses a bridge and meets Litvenko. When she asks why he turned her into a killer, he says it was for her survival. He wishes for her forgiveness. When Agent 47 arrives, Litvenko believes he will be killed, but Katia assures him that Agent 47 is not here to kill them. When Litvenko informs Katia that 47 is her brother, agents begin shooting at them and 47 leads them to the garage. They attempt to flee, but the syndicate and John are already there. 47 drives some assailants to the top floor of the parking garage and crashes their motorcycles. He then employs Katia's instincts to get out of a bind. The entrance is sealed as John pursues them. He survives and requests that 47 be stopped inside the city. Meanwhile, Katia asks 47 if there is a way to permanently stop the syndicate. He tells her that killing their chairman Leclerc will put an end to the syndicate. On the other hand, Leclerc never leaves his ultra-secure office and many agents have died attempting to assassinate him. 47's car is stopped by soldiers using wires. He gets out and kills the soldiers who are sliding down the wires. He takes Katia while Litvenko is lying wounded on the ground. He orders 47 to take Katia away. Before fleeing, 47 slips the inhaler into Litvenko's pocket. Soon after, John arrives and apprehends Litvenko. Katia wishes to return to her father, but 47 has to save her life and puts her to sleep. John then goes to the syndicate headquarters and interrogates Litvenko. He wants to know the DNA sequence required to create an agent, but Litvenko refuses to give it to him, so he has a doctor inject a torture serum into the doctor's body. Litvenko tells him that he will always be inferior to 47 because he lacks intelligence. He gets enraged and wants to inject Litvenko again, but Leclerc comes out of his office and stops him. He then asks Litvenko for the formula if he wants Katia to live. Leclerc's fortune and reputation are at stake if he doesn't restart the agent program, so he's desperate. Litvenko, on the other hand, refuses to budge because he believes agents in the hands of Leclerc would cause chaos. 47 then takes over the building's announcement system and informs everyone that they need Katia's DNA to create a perfect agent. Katia then appears in front of them bound inside a helicopter. 47 requests a trade Katia in exchange for Litvenko and Leclerc agrees. Litvenko is taken out of the room and Katia crashes the helicopter into the building. She then employs all her training to eliminate all the enemies. 47, on the other hand, enters the building disguised as a firefighter. He arrives in Leclerc's office and shoots the big boss, but John stops the bullet with his hand. while John fights 47, who shoots him multiple times, but John refuses to die. When John punches the wall, he exposes a live wire. 47 wraps a wire around John's neck and connects it to the live wire. 47 and Katia pursue Leclerc, who is attempting to flee. They defeat the guards, and when they reach the roof, 47 hands her his guns. They anticipate enemy movements to eliminate them without being hit. They kill dozens, but Leclerc escapes with Litvenko. This saddens Katia and she fails to spot a gunman. 47 takes a bullet for her. When Leclerc tells Litvenko that he will eventually capture Katia, the old man pulls out the inhaler, flicks on it, and it explodes. The helicopter bursts into flames and crashes. Diana calls 47 and he confirms that Leclerc has been eliminated. She also wants him to kill Katia, his second target. 47 drops his phone. He tells Katia that her abilities exist to save her life and that she can always choose not to kill anyone. He then proceeds to the elevator. Katia follows him and informs him that an enemy is approaching the elevator. It's Agent 48, who is an exact look-alike of 47 sent by Diana. Katia and 47 shoot at him. The end. And that's the end of the video. Write your thoughts about the movie in the comments. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe to help my channel. Bye.